Good afternoon and welcome to another mathematics lesson for year 4. Today we're looking at completing division problems with remainders. So we are learning to complete division problems with remainders. I'll just give you a bit of time to write that down. Just give me a pause, and when you're ready, you can unpause me and off we go. Okay, so if we continue here, I've taken the first page of the Power Maths book here and I've copied it here. Now I know that not everyone has access to Power Maths at home, which is why I'm going to do my best just to copy these across and use some of the problems, but then I'll make my own problems off the back of it. So if it's worth me teaching it, or if it's useful in the Power Maths book, then I'll borrow it for a little while. But otherwise, I might give you other things. So this is Power Maths for now. So at the front, we've got a teacher and it's got a student. The teacher says, remainder means that a number does not divide equally and that there is some left over. Okay, so for example, if you have one brother or sister and your parent makes you 5 pancakes to share between the two of you, you'll each get 2 whole pancakes, but then there'll be 1 pancake left over. Okay, and that's the sort of thing we're looking at. We're looking at the leftovers. So this one here says work out 39 divided by 3. Does this calculation have a remainder? Which 2 calculations on the whiteboard do have a remainder? So you have to leave here and go on to this to show you how I can write it. I can't write on Word. So got the same thing here. 39 divided by 3. Now I'm going to use the skills that I've used in the last couple of lessons to help solve this. So 39 divided by 3. Firstly, I'm going to put my dividend 39 underneath here. So 39. I'll put my divisor 3 on the outside of my short division bus stop, and then I will count in how many there are in each of these. Remember that the 3 here represents the tens and the 9 represents your ones. So how many 3s go into 3? 1, but remember that's actually 10. So 3 goes into 30 10 times. We'll just put a 1 there for now. And then 3's into 9 goes 3, 6, 9. So it goes in 3 times. So that calculation does not have a remainder because 3 divides into 9 equally. There is nothing left over. So now we need to figure out which calculations here do have a remainder. So let's try 77 divided by 7. So 7 goes on the outside. 77, my dividend goes on the inside. 7's into 7 goes once. 7's into 7 goes once, and there is no remainder. 57 divided by 5. 5, the divisor goes on the outside. 57, the dividend goes on the inside. Let's change my color here. Nope, that's not what I want. I'll change my color. Now 5 into 5 divides equally and it goes in once. 5 into 7 doesn't go in equally. So 5, 10. 7 is not in the 5 times table. So if 1 whole 5 can go in a 7, so I'll write 1 here. But then it's going to have a remainder. So I'll put a little R there. R for remainder. So if I know that 5 goes into 7 once, what is left over until I get to 7? 6 and then 7. So it's going to be 11, remainder 2. So that's one of the calculations on the whiteboard that have a remainder. So I'll just highlight it there, 57 divided by 5. I wonder if you could use your mathematical skills to figure out which of these 3 is going to have a remainder. Thinking about your division skills and using your times tables, which of these three do you think will have a remainder? All right, I'm going to ask you to pause me now, work those out, and then come back to me and I'll tell you once you've unpaused me. Okay, and I'm back. You should have figured out that 48 divided by 2. 2 is in both the 4 times table and the 8 times table, so that one will have no remainders. That one divides equally. 69 divided by 3. 3 is in the 9 and the 6 times table, so that will have no remainders. So it's this one, 85 divided by 4, which will have a remainder. 4 divides into 80. I'll show you here. So 4, it's not very neat. 4 into 85. So 4 divides into 8, 2, or into 80, 2 times. Remember, it should really be 20 times, but 4 goes into 80. That divides equally. And then 4 into 5 goes once with a remainder of 1. Okay, so that's the first page, just warming ourselves up. Now we look at the next part. So, thinking together. Find the missing numbers to work out 37 divided by 3. Use the part-whole model to help you. Now, a part-whole model is when you partition a number into 2 or 3 or however many separate pieces. In this case, it's only a 2-digit number, so you partition it into the 10s and the 1s. So 37 partitions into 30 and 7. So just bear with me on this small writing, it's quite tricky with the mouse pad. So we have a look at these calculations here, and we're going to partition them up. So 30 divided by 3, so 30 goes in here. Now, how many 3's in 30? If you know your 10 times table and your 3 times table, you will know that 3 goes into 30 10 times. This one is going to be 7 divided by 3. So if you know your 3 times tables, again, you know that 3 goes into 7 2 whole times, so 2. And it's going to have a remainder of, so I know that 2 times 3 is 6. And there's a difference of 1 between 6 and 7, so it's 2 wholes with a remainder of 1. And from there we can see that I need to add these together. So 37 divided by 3 is going to be 10 and 2. So 10 and 2 is 12. And it's got a remainder of 1 still. Okay, now we have a look at this one here. 86 divided by 4 equals 21, remainder 2. Fill in the missing numbers. So looking at what I've just done here, I want you to have a go at doing 86. First, partition it. So use a part-whole model, split this up into its 2 bits. Do the first calculation, the second calculation with the remainder, and then add them together. Unpause me when you've got your answer and you're ready to continue. Okay, so if you did that correctly, you should have this part here being 80. So 8 tens are 80, and your 6 units left over. So it's going to be 80 divided by 4. Again, sorry for the slowness of writing these. 80 divided by 4, I know my 4 times table, and 4 goes into 8 twice, which means that 4 goes into 80 20 times. And then I've got 6 divided by 4. I know that 4 goes into 6 1 whole time, and then I count on 2 to get to 6 from 4, and I've got a remainder of 2. So my total, 86 divided by 4, should be 21, remainder 2. Okay, Right, now your task for the rest of this is simply to have a go at doing some of these here. So solve these calculations and find the remainder. Now you can choose to do the pop-out whole model or the short division option, and so I'll just show you how I would do one. So I'll just go on to here again, do a quick reminder of how we do these, and I'll do quite a challenging one just to show you how they work. So I've got a wonky like that. So I'm going to do, let's try 4 as my divisor, and my dividend will be 1061. Okay, there's definitely going to be a remainder here. Let's see how we do this. So first I'll do 4s into 1. Now that doesn't work, so I'll put a 0 there, and I'll carry my 1 to the 10, so to the hundreds column, so that's now 100. 4s into 10 goes twice, so it's going to be 2 up here, and I'll carry the 2 that's left over to here, making a 26. 4s into 26. Now I don't know this one off the top of my head, so I'm going to count up in my 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So 24 is the nearest I can get to it without going over, and that is 6 times 4. So I'll put a 6 up here, and I'll carry the 2 that was left over to here, to 21. 4s into 21, I know that 5 4s are 20, so I'll put a 5 here. And my remainder from 20 to 21 is going to be 1. Okay, I hope that helps. Enjoy and keep at it. Good luck.